Greetings, folks. Welcome to my channel, The Radical Angel. Krista here for your weekly reading for the sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you don't already know your moon and rising signs, there's a link in the description to a site called Always Astrology, and you can just punch in your information there, and it'll give you a snapshot of your birth chart, which lets you know what your moon and rising sign is. So if for any reason, Taurus, this reading doesn't resonate with you, check your moon and rising readings and see if those help clarify things for you this week. But I do hope this resonates with my Taurus family. So again, this is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the week of April 30th to May 6th. I'm probably sounding stuffy because I have allergies out of nowhere, so forgive me if I'm sounding fuzzy, but I wanted to do these readings anyway. I'm going to be doing the same type of reading I did last week with 3 cards, central issue, 2 clarifiers, and the bottom of the deck for general energy for the week, Taurus, but I'll be using the Healing with the Angels Oracle for the main spread this week. And then we'll draw from both other decks, the medicine cards and the Wisdom of the Oracle deck for additional guidance for the week. So let us begin your reading, Taurus, Moon, and Rising for the week of April 30th to May 6th. So Taurus, you'll be pleased to know that we are finally coming out of the Taurus in retrograde this past month. May 3rd, it goes direct. So any issues around love, beauty, possessions, anything having to do with the arts, or your abilities or interests might be coming full circle this week or the middle of next week. So if you've come out of some confusion, or if you've been doing some soul searching about where to go next in terms of if you're interested in such things like enlightenment or healing or care of the self, even not necessarily physical care, but emotional, mental, psychological, and spiritual care. You might have been doing some soul searching while Taurus had been in retrograde for this past month, and I think you are, hopefully, you are in the midst of turning those new concepts into action. So you might begin practicing some new things next week, Taurus, that you've thought long and hard about over the past month. So that's wonderful. It'll be worth it in the long run, whatever struggle you've been through, generally speaking, this past month. I think it'll be very worth it for you. Sometimes we have to face our biggest fears and challenges and name them, confront them in order to do battle with them, or to become friends with them, or to find a way to rid ourselves of them and replace what was there with something as good as or better than was there before. So I really feel like you're coming out of something where you might have felt stuck. And you might find a little bit of relief this week, so that's wonderful. Your central card, Taurus, is celebration. Excuse me. So it might feel like that this week for you, where you feel like there is cause for celebration through your own effort. So that's marvelous. So I wish for Taurus all success, joy, and wellness. I invoke spirits of love and light and beauty. I call upon Archangels Michael, Gabriel, Metatron, and Uriel to guide this reading in peace, clarity, protection, and wisdom. I ask Gaia to please bless this reading for my Taurus family. So we're looking at general messages for the sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the week of April 30th to May 6th. So this could be your opportunity this week to find the support systems and where you really belong, either acting as support, being the support system. But again, I'm going to say with a great deal of confidence here that your support system and the celebration and the blessings has to do uniquely and specifically with you, within you. again, there are, millions of Taurians around the world. I can't, on a general level, I hope this resonates with you, but I really feel strongly that, I mean, it's a no-brainer, right? If your sign is in retrograde, you'll be feeling it the heaviest or the strongest. The only other signs that would be feeling it the heaviest or strongest would be other earth signs, Capricorn, Virgo. But this is something that you have spent a lot of time and energy on and have now, this week with Taurus going direct, I think you're going to feel really blessed by the decisions that you've made and the time that you've spent taking care of yourself, or the time that you're willing now, because you've identified what you need to do to get well, the time that you are willing to put in to taking care of yourself. So we'll look at these in detail in just a moment. We're going to be looking at the bottom of the deck for general energy for the week, Taurus. And as you can see, it's the card healing. This is such a beautiful, I mean, all the cards are beautiful. I'm not trying to make one better than the other. But in terms of having come out of something that you had been struggling with regard of caretaking, for the self particularly, I think that you're finally in a place where you're willing to practice self-healing. And this can manifest in many different ways in the physical world. You can see the graphics on the card have two women who are gentle and touching and relaxing. This woman is soothing the other woman by stroking her hair. It's very, very peaceful. This woman is in the angel's lap and being taken care of by the angel or the other individual. I suspect if you're watching this channel, you already have an idea or a relationship, or even have contemplated the world of angels. If you haven't, this could be another person or someone that you find angelic or healing in your life. I know that personally several years ago, I wouldn't have given a second thought to angels. It just wasn't in my lens, my worldview, and I imagine a world with angels, and that everything changed after my experiences last year that I wrote about. So I really feel confident here that if this isn't another person in your life, Taurus, that this is angelic support for you. So as I said at the beginning of the reading, you've done probably as much work as the other, or more work than the other earth signs this past Taurus in retrograde, and you're really feeling the benefit of the results this week by virtue of practicing self-care. And to repeat, it's not always body work, but it can be. Self-healing and self-care does include things like your eyesight, your teeth, your mental health, your psychological health, your financial health, your relational health. So if you haven't looked at this, or you're still wondering how to take care of yourself or what to focus on, I think this week, Taurus, you can narrow it down if you already haven't. And the beautiful thing about beginning healing practices is that you can begin anywhere. Please don't feel that you have to take everything on at once, or that you have to solve everything at once. As Louise Hay says in Learning How to Love Yourself audio tapes, it's a lot, healing and taking care of the self is a lot like cleaning your house. It really doesn't matter what room you start in. It matters that you start. So I really feel confident, Taurus, that you've done a remarkable amount of contemplation and even research and study and examination of some things in your life, or one particular thing that does need healing. And I think this week you'll begin to take steps, if you already haven't, to propel that into common behavior for yourself and to a habit. So I'm really grateful for you being able to do that for yourself this week, Taurus. You're so good at taking care of other people and making sure other people feel good and get the light touch and feel comforted, and it's really important now that you are able to provide that for yourself and to yourself. Not that you can't find it from other people or double up with other people to get extra love and attention and healing. But it is a really beautiful thing for each individual to be able to do this for themselves, to almost be their own best friend. And by turning to people or agents, such as angels, that we trust. Also, the card of healing is green, and green relates to the heart chakra. So there might be a lot of healing around the heart, if that's not in the physical sense, in the physical body. That could be that your heart is being healed from relationship damage, or with feeling a heavy heart, for example, for someone else who requires healing. This could be the beginning of a prayer circle for you. If you have your health already taken care of, if this is about a larger issue that doesn't apply to you, this could be a healing circle. So again, that's general energy for you, Taurus, for the week. Let's look at the other cards in detail. For the central position, you've got celebration. This is so beautiful. This may mean something as simple as you feeling like you've gotten to the place personally and spiritually where you feel that you can finally celebrate new ground for yourself, newfound wellness, even a new way to cope with things or deal with things or to direct your energy. It could be a celebration that's around you that you're taking part in, but I can say with confidence here that this is something that is centering around you, your celebration. I know that we are into the sun sign now with your birthday on the go until around May 23rd. So it could be your birthday coming up, Taurus. In that case, happy birthday. And that is an excellent reason for celebration. So that could very well be what's happening in your physical world, celebratory wise. On the other hand, with regard to the other cards in the positions that they are in, I will state again that I do believe that this is a celebration of the spirit, that you're at a place of enormous healing that I think has always been available to you, that you've denied yourself perhaps, or hadn't taken the time to commit to, perhaps didn't even think it was important enough, or because of this sometimes mad world, the way that we're taught about care and healing and taking care of the self is often called selfish. And that's incredibly negative and untrue. Self-care is the most important care that we can conduct in the world. We can't give to others from an empty vessel. So it's really important that you take care of yourself fully, particularly before caring for others. And if you're older in life and you've been taking care of other people all your life, this could be a moment available to you, or a situation or a time in general available to you, Taurus, where you can say with great confidence that it is time for you to celebrate and care for yourself, right? It's also a really important means of teaching other people how to treat us. If you care for yourself and you create strict but loving boundaries, we create an atmosphere by which other people learn how to treat us and what they can and can't do to us or say to us. So I would feel very confident and delighted this week to be in the process of celebrating, if not only your birthday, some progress in terms of healing and motivation around healing yourself. Particularly spiritual healing, but again, it is a general reading, so if this is something that has played a big part in your life for the past month or so with regard to heart health, mental health, dental health, any kind of issue regarding health, then you're going to find reason to celebrate. So that's lovely. Excuse me. So to the right of celebration, we have blessings. So I hope you can see how beautiful this is. The image is just so remarkable. And it's so clear to me that you've been saying a lot of prayers this week. Perhaps for others, but I think finally you're putting yourself in that list of prayer, and you feel very blessed that you've even gotten to the point where you've sat down and contemplated what's ailed you or what needs healing, and that hard work, it is hard work, okay? Don't let anyone tell you it's not. It is a lot of hard work and energy and motivation, excuse me, to look at what is ailing you and to look at your part in what holds you back or makes you feel down or unfulfilled, etc., in order to face it, to change it. So I really feel confident this week, Taurus, that you'll feel very blessed and motivated by your sense of healing, in a sense of healing, where you can really be in a state of a kind of bliss, even of a spiritual or emotional bliss, where you feel taken care of. You might have given all your problems over to someone, to a higher power, or to God, or to a specific angel or archangel. Pardon me. Allergies are the weirdest things. Regardless, you've done an incredible amount of work and are definitely reaching higher emotional ground here. So probably the most significant and powerful card in this spread for me, Taurus, is the support card. I think you can see here an array of individuals surrounding the earth in prayer. At first glance, it looks like they're all kind of perhaps just older women, but they're not. There's angels, there's starseeds, excuse me, and elders. So I think you'll be getting a lot of support, pardon me, from other people in your spiritual circle. So that's marvelous. Forgive me. These allergies are all over the place. They make me cough and sneeze and my eyes run. And I'm really not used to allergies. I've never had them before. Perhaps my system just got more sensitive over time. Oh, please forgive me, Taurus. I'm going to try to finish up your reading here. Whew, so I don't cough through the rest of it. And in all honesty, I'm trying to keep them under 20 minutes. So let's move forward for some additional messages here. As always, let me know what you think of the reading in the comments, if it's resonating with you or if you feel like this is helpful, or if you have any questions about what I'm looking at here or why I've tuned into what I'm seeing here. I also encourage every sign watching excuse me, their readings to intuitively draw upon what they seem significant in the reading. If there are terms or words that I'm using or that are in the cards, colors or symbols that appeal to you on an intuitive level, please draw strength from those sources as well. For example, there's a great deal of purple and pink, which is spiritual and feminine. Yellow is sun, right? Light energy. And then green is the heart chakra. A lot of healing energy, a lot of reason to be happy. to feel supported and to be in a position to give support in a different way than you were giving before. So we're just looking for an additional message from the medicine cards here. For the week of April 30th, May 6th. Oops, I almost fell. Forgive me. One day I will learn how to edit my videos and then I can edit my coughing out of videos if this ever happens again, instead of starting over. So once I get the hang of that, I'll produce different videos. Until then, I'm trying my best to get through an unedited video here. And normally it's not a problem, it's just allergies are a little interruptive. All right. So we're looking at the card, the Crow. Its main message in the illustrated book is the law. And the first thing that we notice in the card Taurus is that we are looking at polarities, we're looking at issues of balance. So you may want to think about or further contemplate issues of balance in your life and karmic attractions and relationships, the laws of attraction, love, prosperity, etc. And your role in these relationships, what you project and what you reflect. So if you haven't already examined relationships, attitudes, or belief systems from a balance or pros and cons perspective, you can do that this week, Taurus. And it may help you move ahead on a specific issue for yourself. And we'll do the same with the Wisdom of the Oracle Tarot. Yeah, you've got the Soulmates card. This is really beautiful, particularly next to support. The Soulmates card does have the hearts, and it could be a love story. But more often, the Soulmates card is a group of people or individuals that you have connections with that aren't your lovers or don't have intimate relations with you, but who help you and support you through life's challenges and changes. So again, with the support card down here, you may find that you're working with your soulmates or within a soulmate relationship to achieve these types of balances and healing in your own life this week. And if you already haven't met that person or those individuals, this week could be the manifestation period for you to do that. So Taurus, this got wildly longer than I wanted it to, but I do hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you thought, and please take good care of yourself. In the meantime, I will see you next week for your next weekly reading. Take care. Bye.